In May of 1950, Jim Carter, a seasoned mountaineer and proficient skier, inexplicably vanished during a descent on Mount Saint Helens in Washington. As part of a 20-member climbing expedition from Seattle, he had briefly parted ways with his fellow climbers to take a photograph from a unique vantage point. This moment marked the last time anyone would see Carter. His subsequent disappearance has woven a deep, enduring mystery, one that has perplexed and fascinated researchers, adventurers, and the public for decades. Despite extensive search and rescue efforts that followed his last known whereabouts, no trace of Carter was ever found, not even his ski equipment or the photographs he intended to take. This absence of evidence has only amplified the intrigue surrounding his case, turning it into a classic subject of local folklore and a topic of discussion among mystery and outdoor enthusiasts worldwide. The allure of Jim Carter's story is not merely in the details of his disappearance, but in the broader implications it holds around the unknown dangers and mysteries that still persist in the wild. The unresolved nature of his fate continues to captivate the imagination, prompting ongoing speculation and discussions about what might have really happened to him on that fateful day on Mount Saint Helens. Jim Carter, at the age of 32, was already well regarded for his exceptional abilities as a skier and mountaineer. His reputation was built on a solid foundation of numerous climbing expeditions and skiing adventures across the rugged landscapes of Washington state. His proficiency in navigating treacherous terrains made him a valued member of any outdoor expedition. In May of 1950, Carter was part of a substantial climbing group consisting of 20 enthusiasts from Seattle. This group, a mix of seasoned climbers and spirited novices, shared a deep passion for the great outdoors and the challenges that it presented. Their primary objective for this particular excursion was to tackle the ascent of Mount Saint Helens, a volcanic peak famed for its scenic beauty and the exhilarating slopes that make it a coveted destination for skiers. The expedition was planned with meticulous detail, focusing not just on reaching the summit, but on the adventure of skiing down the imposing slopes of Mount Saint Helens. This journey was expected to be a display of skill and teamwork, with each member looking forward to navigating the mountain's varied and demanding topography. As they embarked on their climb, spirits were high, and the group had a sense of adventure and camaraderie. Little did they know, this trip would soon be overshadowed by the mysterious disappearance of Jim Carter, turning what was meant to be a memorable adventure into a perplexing mystery that continues to intrigue and baffle to this day. Jim Carter's mysterious disappearance began at a notable landmark known as Dog's Head, situated approximately 8,000 feet up Mount Saint Helens. In a moment that would later be scrutinized for clues, Carter told his fellow climbers of his plan to temporarily leave the group. His intention was to ski down a different path so that he could position himself to photograph his friends as they continued their descent. Trusting in Carter's skills and experience, the group watched him detach and ski away, expecting to see him again once they reached the timberline. However, as the group made their way down, what they witnessed next was entirely out of character for the seasoned mountaineer. Carter was observed taking extraordinarily risky maneuvers that seemed reckless and unnecessary. Unlike his usual cautious and calculated style, he was seen hurling down the mountain, jumping over massive crevasses, and skiing at breakneck speeds. Observers described his actions as those of a man in sheer panic, as if he were being chased or fleeing from some unseen danger. The behavior was shocking to his friends and fellow skiers, as it contradicted everything known about Carter's approach to mountaineering. His final descent was not only perilous, but mystifying, leaving those who last saw him puzzled and concerned. This frantic dash down the slopes was the last time anyone would see Jim Carter. His abrupt and unexplained change in behavior, coupled with his subsequent disappearance, has fueled much speculation and remains a focal point in the enduring mystery of what exactly happened on that fateful day. The search for Jim Carter began almost immediately after his disappearance was noticed. The initial efforts focused around the area that he was last seen. It was here, at his supposed photography spot, that searchers made a puzzling discovery: a discarded film box. This small clue suggested that Carter had at least reached this location, but it offered no further clues about his direction or fate. As the days passed with no sign of Carter, the search operation expanded. Teams combed the mountain slopes, delving into crevasses and scouring the area Carter might have traversed. Despite these efforts, no trace of him, no equipment, no additional personal items were found. Recognizing the severity and challenge of the situation, experienced mountaineer Bob Lee was called in to lead the extended search. Bob Lee, known for his involvement in numerous rescue operations and a member of the prestigious Alpine Club, brought a level of expertise that boosted the search team's efforts. Under his leadership, the search became more organized and exhaustive. They covered increasingly challenging terrain, including the steep and perilous area near Ape Canyon, where Carter's tracks were thought to have led. Despite these extensive efforts, which included weeks of searching and the involvement of as many as 75 people at a time, the mystery deepened. Carter remained missing, and the lack of substantial findings only added to the intrigue and speculation surrounding his fate. Several theories have emerged over the years regarding Jim Carter's sudden disappearance, each exploring different possibilities that might explain his mysterious last-moment scene racing down the slopes. One common theory is that Carter might have experienced a sudden onset of panic, perhaps triggered by an unexpected natural event such as an avalanche or a sudden, severe change in weather conditions. This could potentially explain why he abandoned his typical cautious demeanor for a reckless descent, seemingly without concern for his own safety. Another theory suggests that Carter could have been chased by something or someone, prompting him to undertake perilous, risky maneuvers as he attempted to escape. This theory often converges with speculations about encountering wildlife or, more mysteriously, something unknown that frightened him to such an extent that he felt compelled to flee in panic for his life. These theories added deeply to local folklore, particularly the eerie legend surrounding Ape Canyon. The canyon is infamous for the 1924 incident where miners reported being attacked by what they described as giant apes, leading to a terrifying night of violence that saw these creatures besieging the miners' cabin. This legendary attack has been etched into the area's folklore and has led some to speculate that if such creatures were more than only a myth, perhaps Carter had his own terrifying encounter. Linking Carter's disappearance to these tales of mysterious creatures in Ape Canyon invites a supernatural element into the discussion. It stirs the imagination and raises the possibility that the disappearance was not merely an accident or a result of a natural force, but something far more unusual. This connection to the lore does more than just provoke curiosity. It embeds his story within a larger narrative of mystery and unexplained phenomena that has hovered over this region since the events of 1924. The intertwining of Carter's disappearance with these tales creates a layered mystery that combines elements of natural dangers, human error, and potentially encounters with the unknown. As such, the true reason behind his disappearance remains an open question, one that continues to fascinate and haunt those who delve into the lore of Mount Saint Helens. This disappearance remains one of the most intriguing unsolved mysteries of the Pacific Northwest. Over the decades, the lack of conclusive evidence and the strange circumstances surrounding his last known actions have captivated the imagination of many. The story has persisted, largely because it combines elements of danger, the unexplained, and the supernatural, which are compelling to both the local community and outsiders. This enduring mystery invites endless speculation and discussion, contributing to its mythical status. The impact of Carter's story extends beyond just an unsolved case. It has influenced popular culture and local folklore significantly. Documentaries, books, and articles have featured his disappearance, often highlighting the eerie and unexplained aspects of his last journey. These narratives typically portray Carter's story within the broader context of Mount Saint Helens' mysterious allure, including other legends like the sighting of Sasquatch or the supernatural tales of Ape Canyon. Furthermore, Carter's story has been woven into the cultural fabric of America, enhancing the mystique of Mount Saint Helens and its surroundings. It serves as a chilling reminder of the mountain's unpredictable nature and the mysteries that may lie beyond the reach of human understanding and exploration. This blending of fact and folklore continues to draw hikers, thrill seekers, and paranormal enthusiasts to the region, each hoping to uncover a piece of the puzzle, or perhaps experience their own brush with the unknown. Jim Carter, the experienced skier and mountaineer, vanished in 1950 during a descent on Mount Saint Helens after separating from his climbing group to take photographs. His last actions, marked by unusually reckless skiing over dangerous terrain, were witnessed by his friends. Despite extensive and exhaustive efforts led by experienced rescuers, no trace of Carter was ever found, not his equipment, nor any signs of an accident, injury, or foul play. The mystery of Jim Carter's disappearance continues to intrigue and puzzle. It taps into human fascination with the unexplained and the allure of unsolvable mysteries. Such stories have captivated us because they challenge the limits of our understanding and invite the imagination to explore scenarios that defy conventional science or explanation. In the case of Jim Carter, the lack of closure provides fertile ground for theories that range from the plausible to the supernatural, keeping the legend alive and stirring the curiosity of new generations. This enduring mystery not only underscores the unpredictability of nature, but also highlights our perpetual quest to make sense of the inexplicable in our natural world.